But we want to begin with those nationwide protests today against the Trump administration and some of the people who might actually be funding them. The Good Trouble Lives On protests, expected coast to coast to honor the late Congressman and civil rights leader, John Lewis. He died on this day back in 2020.
But one day in 1955, 15 years old in the 10th grade, I heard about Rosa Parks. I heard the words of Martin Luther King Jr. on old radio. The action of Rosa Parks, the words and leadership of Martin Luther King Jr. inspired me to find a way to get in the way. And I got in trouble. Good trouble. Necessary trouble.
The protests pushing back against some of the president's policies, including immigration and health care. But these protests come amid a NewsNation exclusive report regarding a publicity firm and $20 million. The Crowds on Demand CEO tells our Brian Enton the company was offered that massive contract to recruit and pay the protesters. The organization turned down that money, saying it would be bad for business. Let's welcome in the CEO of that firm, Crowds on Demand, Adam Swart. Adam, thank you very much for being with me today.
Alex, it is my pleasure to be with you.
So you spoke with our very own Brian Enton, revealing that you actually turned down this contract worth upwards of $20 million. That's big money. It's a bit of a surprise to everyone out there that might be listening to this headline. Tell us a little bit about why you made that decision.
Well, it's the same reason George Clooney won't be in a Marvel movie. You know, you have to have some sort of integrity on what types of projects that you're willing to take on. And if you don't think it's going to be a good product and a good, protest, and it's not going to serve the kind of effective purpose of what you're looking to do, which is to oppose Trump, and if what you're going to do is actually just create outrage and turn people off and you're not going to persuade, it's just not something Crowds on Demand wants to do. We're in the business of persuasion, Alex.
This is a very interesting concept because we hear political leaders talk a lot about outside agitators that stir up bad, funny business when it comes to peaceful protests. The people that they claim are the ones that are looting businesses or breaking down doors and windows. What's your process like in ensuring that the Crowds on Demand that you are bringing to an event aren't people like that?
Well, one of the big things is that we vet literally every single person who attends every single event. And that is a very laborious process because it involves a 15 to 20 minute call with every single person before every single event. And that's regardless of whether they've been to one of our events before. And what I like to call it, Alex, is a reverse jury questionnaire. Jury questionnaires are trying to make sure people are unbiased. I'm trying to make sure people are biased in favor or in opposition to the cause that they're out around. So the fact is, we have a very detailed vetting process, number one, to make sure people are passionate and committed to the cause, and number two, to make sure that they understand not only are we not going to break any laws, and obviously we don't engage in any violence, vandalism, law breaking of any sort, but in addition, that they're out there to be respectful and persuasive. And using any type of vulgarity, profanity is not consistent with that because, frankly, it just, again, turns people off. We don't want to be part of the noise. We've been around for 13 years, Crowds on Demand. We can be selective on what we take on.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.